very good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot, and my name is Arkady Gidzenko. I'll be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from Gatwick Airport in London to Jersey Airport, Jersey, the St. Peter little island there. We'll be using the Just Flight RJ Professional. We're flying the Avro RJ 100. We're using real-world time and real-world weather as usual, and we'll also be using GSX today. And we're also using the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool. Now it would be nice if my controller would do anything. Looks like the simulator is frozen, so that's an interesting start for sure. We're just going to sit here and wait until things start working again. Man, looks like it's totally hanging on us. So we do still have sound. So it looks like it's working. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. But so that was frame rate of like 0.00008 per second. So hopefully that was the last of today's glitches then. So let's just hop into the aircraft and see how we can break the simulator. Alright, so let's first get the flight plan. OFP, continue. And then we have Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. So a very short route, to be about 1 hour and 5 minutes altogether. The actual flight time will be somewhat shorter, I believe. Let's get the output here as well, and then let's go to aircraft and get all the figures in, the fuel. So we import the SimBrief OFP payload, and we will start refueling, and maybe we should then have the option, there is an option GSX handling. Not sure what that's going to do, I've never used that before. We're using GSX for the first time now. So fuel we should have 22.8, so that's 4.416. Let's just check the OFP there. 4416, so that is in. So basically the GSX will only handle the passengers. Let's get the ground power connected. And we'll turn on both the batteries. Nav lights can come on. Avionics master, autopilot master, yaw damper master as well. And then let's get some, let's rock some lights here. Make it nice and visible, nice and bright. Got some of those down here as well. How are you doing, Mike? Thank you for joining us today again. Always a pleasure. Panel instruments. Panel flop, maybe just a little bit. Now for this, I don't think we can... No, I don't think they're on yet. Well, anyway, we'll look at that in a little bit. So we got some lights that we're locking. Let's also lock a little bit down here. Look at that. It looks just so much more better, you know? Alright, man. So we're sort of there. Let's give some power to the galley. And let's start the let's connect the external power. There we go. So we are now on external power. And let's call up GSX. Oh, GSX Pro is outdated. Okay, so request boarding.
Boarding requested.
We'll turn on both the EFIS displays. Let's do it again. Alt, nav, out.
Do you want to board crew?
Yeah, I would like to board both.
Crew bus is coming.
Right, so the crew bus is coming. You did not just drive through my airplane, man. Come back here. You hoodlum. Why do these people think they can just drive through my aircraft? I mean, really, there comes another one. Why did you just drive through my aircraft, man? I'm just standing here minding my own business, and you come along thinking you are entitled to just run through my aircraft? Go run through your own aircraft, man. Would you like it if my aircraft ran through your little ground vehicle there? I do sincerely apologize for that outburst there, but this was highly inappropriate behavior on behalf of the London Gatwick ground crew. But anyway, so we got some nice airplanes there. There's a TOI, there's a bunch of EasyJets. There's an EasyJet parked right in front of us. So we'll be flying the
Pilot's boarding starting.
British Airways livery. I'm wondering, so they closed the door on the front. What's going to happen now? Let's have a look. It's going to be interesting. Well, at least they're walking up.
Crew boarding starting.
But this way will help them out a little bit. Alright, so for this passenger, the stairs came down just in time. So we got some baggage handlers going on here now. And there's the crew boarding. Right, so while the crew is boarding and the baggage handlers are at work, we're waiting for the passengers. So I think GSX is going to handle it, so I'm not sure if we have to press anything down there. Hello, do you want to do a joint flight? AA71.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Well, I wanted to say you can join me, but we're not flying online now. But maybe someday, man. What did you have in mind? Let me know. Alright, so in the meantime, let's get our flight plan in. FMC. So we do have the correct direct cycle finally. It looks like the airplane knows where we are as well. And by the way, I got no problem with the joint on the flight, you know what I mean. It's just in the back, you're not allowed to smoke. Right, so routing. Echo Golf. Kilo Kilo. That's our origin. Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. That's our destination. The runway was going to be 08 right, if I am not mistaken. Zero 08 right. Open aft passengers.
Passengers boarding starting.
Whoops. Excuse me. Alright, so we got some passengers boarding.
This way, please.
Very cute.
Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
Alright, so it looks like we have to plan, put the flight plan in ourselves, so we'll do that. OFP. And basically,
Boarding pass.
we only have the N63 airway, and then the rest, both of them are departures and arrival. So let's see if we can put in, we may have to put in IMVUR. We'll have a look at that. So let's start by putting in November 6-3, see if it accepts. November 6-3. It says invalid entry. I don't know why it does this, but it does. So we will clear that out, and we'll just activate. So for now it's basically sort of a direct flight. Let's execute as well. We're not going to perf in it just yet. We'll first go to the departure and arrival. And we'll select the runway 08 right.
Welcome on board.
And the IMVUR 1 Zulu. I see there's only one IMVUR, but I did not take note of the letter. 1 Zulu, and then the LELNA 1 Kilo for 08. So IMVUR 1 Zulu. Well, they are both selected. So execute. And we go back to index. And we get to the arrival. That will be ILS 08.
Welcome on board.
And with the LELNA 1 Kilo.
Welcome on board.
Not sure what it stands for again. LELNA 1 Kilo. There it is. So 08 ILS and LELNA 1 Kilo selected, and we execute. So now we should have a flight plan. If we go to legs, and there might be some discontinuity somewhere, but we'll fix that later. So if we now go to INREF, we'll get to the aircraft performance initialization. So we need a couple of figures here. It is asking for the zero fuel weight of the aircraft. And looks like we cannot enter the zero fuel weight just yet.
Good afternoon.
We can enter the total fuel weight, 4.41. Well, let's start by doing that.
This way, please. Hello.
So 4.4.
May I see your boarding pass?
That's our planned fuel.
May I see your boarding pass?
And the gross weight is also still changing. You can actually see the passenger total running up here, so that's pretty cool. So that works.
May I see your boarding pass? Welcome on board.
Let's put in the other figures in the meantime. We still got other things that we can put in. Like, let's see, cruising 220.
Hello.
And then we got the wind 285, 011, and minus 02.
Passengers bus is coming.
So flight level 220. That's the cruising altitude. Then the cruise was 085 and 11. The ISA deviation minus 02. So that is there as well, looking all pretty. Transition altitude 5000. It looks like that's correct for the United Kingdom. Let's have a look at our departure chart. Transition altitude 6000 feet. It says it right there in the top left corner. So we change that to 6000 feet. Well, let's not execute yet. We do need some other information here, but let's also get our final reserve fuel. It will be 1.9er. Let's make that 2.0. So there you go. So it says here maximum zero fuel weight 37.4, estimated 37.0. While the passengers are still boarding, let's set up the ILS.
This way, please. Good afternoon.
I guess in real life you definitely have to wait because you probably first set up the ILS for the local airport that you're departing from. In case you need to do a turnaround, you know, you have to turn back to the airport. But of course it's always a possibility. In this case we're just not going to be doing that, and we will actually just put all that information in, since we're just waiting for the passengers to finish boarding anyway.
May I see your boarding pass? Good afternoon.
So they're saying here the localizer, IJJ,
Boarding pass.
110.9er, and final approach course 083, and the glide slope will start at 2,000 feet at a distance of 5.3 nautical miles from IJJ, which is the localizer, and decision altitude 200 feet radio altitude. Airport elevation 277 feet, runway 271 feet. So 110.9er, let's just put that in.
Good afternoon.
110 is there, and let's change that to 90. And we flip them around, let's also turn that nav radio on there.
Boarding is complete.
Okay, boarding completed. 110.9er. There we go. Okay, so the doors are closed on this side. Other side as well. That's pretty good. So let's tell the aircraft where it is. So now we have our zero fuel weight, 36.8. So 36.8 will be the zero fuel weight, and we have the gross weight 41.2. It says here 41.2. And if we look here now, it says 41, so that makes sense as well. We'll do a 18 degree flap takeoff. The rotate speed is 136. V2 is 140, that's in the box. Alright, so we can now execute this page. We entered everything. So we have the gross weight, planned fuel, zero fuel weight reserves, cruising 220, 285.11, -2, and then we have transition altitude 6,000 feet, so we can execute that. And there you go, that is in. That basically concludes the setup down here. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice little squawk code. And return the transponder into the on position. Alright, so far so good. I'm just going to press the B button on the keyboard now to get the local QNH. So let's start up the APU. And let's also turn on the beacon light. Logo light can come on as well. No smoking, and the cabin emergency lights are armed. The fasten seatbelt sign should go on as well. We arm the emergency flight deck lights too. The APU should become available shortly. There you go, APU power is available. So we turn on the APU generator, and we are now on APU, so we can now safely disconnect the external power. So let's do that like this. So the aircraft's now on internal power, and we should be ready to start up the engines. Let's first go over the MCP here, so we turn on the flight director on both sides. And we're going straight to our cruising altitude 220. And we have lateral navigation armed. Let's also put in the final approach course, which was 083 degrees, so we'll enter that too. And as I said, you know, usually you would actually use the runway from the airport that you're departing from, right? There's always a chance you have to turn around. But since we said let's put it in, we'll have to put in everything. So that's there now as well. And to immediately deviate from what I just said 17 seconds ago, we will put in the decision altitude a little bit later. Although actually I believe it was 200, and it's already on 200, isn't it? So yeah, so well, never mind, let's just continue. Alright, so the TCAS system is off. We have our routing up here. Navigation displays displaying. Then, really, I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's see what else we have. 136140. The flaps will wait a little bit until the engines have started. And then we have 92.9. Let's check the rotate speed, V rotate, 136. Oh, and 192.2. Oh, I guess if you want to derate, you put it on temperature and you dial a temperature or something, and then use a derate. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the case. We could actually maybe have a shot at that, but let's not right now. So that's all been set up. So I guess we should be good to go. So let's turn on the fuel tanks, and then turn everything on, and then we'll call the tug for pushback. So brake fans can go to auto spoiler is on, yellow and green system with the lift spoilers. And then we have the engine pumps 2 and 3, DC pump, AC pump, power transfer unit, they will go on as well. And then down here, let's see, this is all ready. Can turn on engine 4 and 1 generators, but we'll not be using them just yet. We'll first start up the engines. And let's get the ice protection system going as well. I think for now that should basically be it. We should turn on the APOR. I think in this aircraft as well if you want to start the engines. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, let's call the tug. What is that? GSX. Boarding completed, so prepare for pushback and departure. So maybe we should get rid of the chocks. That's very good. We are ready for pushback as well. Let's get rid of the chocks there. Good day, Cynthia. Nice to see you today. Thank you for helping us reach our destination. So we're going to Jersey, so hopefully that's a little bit nicer weather than down here in London.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Cynthia, there's Monique. Hi Monique, how are you? And that goes our beloved Cynthia. And here comes the tug.
Locking gear.
I'm saying it's a tug's life, man. So our departing runway 08 right. That's this one right here. So let's see for the pushback. We push back nose facing to the left. So nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please. Release parking brakes, please.
Do I really? Okay.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Starting
Alright,
build.
so we can start the engines now. So all in favor say aye. Aye. Alright man, let's start up these engines. I think we'll just turn the start master on. Let's get these down here as well. And engine number 4. And start. So we got activity on the N2 percentage there. Now let's get the fuel going. Looks like it's doing something. We got the exhaust gas temperature starting to rise quickly. That's engine number 4. Let's go ahead and start up engine number 3.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake is on.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
So there goes engine number 3. So once the exhaust gas temperature starts to drop like it is now, then we should be able to proceed to the next engine. So engine number 2, start. bit of an awkward angle. There. So that is engine number 2 coming. Cynthia's waiting there for us until we give her the confirmation that we have 4 running engines. In the meantime, the tug will stay connected, and GSX will be continuously beeping at us. The EGT is now reaching max, is starting to drop, so let's just go ahead and start up the final engine. Number 1 engine, start. Bullet dreamt about you. Alright, 15, so we can enter. Fuel. So we're pretty much good to go here. Let's uncage our little friend right there. So we'll be using 92.9 and 1% on takeoff thrust. So we have 4 running engines. So let's just go ahead and confirm that we have the engines up and running, and that they can disconnect. So we confirm good engine start.
Ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
You can see the aircraft's nose is going down now. It's being lowered. And then the tug will disconnect. Alright, there goes the tug. Thank you very much. Here comes Cynthia.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
And the aircraft saying, I feel something up my nose, man.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, man. Means we're good to go. We have electricity issue there. And you can see that here as well on the warning panel. Elec. That's because the engine start system is still operating. So engine selector goes to off, and the start master goes to off as well. And then you see now generator 1 and 4 are free again. And then the warning there is gone. The only warning is that the parking brake is on. Let's arm the auto thrust as well. 140, and let's quickly get the runway heading. That would be 077. Just in case we need heading mode immediately after takeoff, because something doesn't work, and at least you will be flying a straight line. APU, let's leave that running, that doesn't hurt anything. And I think we'll good to go. So the runway exit lights and the landing lights, parking brake released, and let's get the hell out of here. Let's quickly have a look where we're going. So we're on Juliet, so we just followed Juliet for quite a while, and then we turn left onto Golf, and we cross 08 left. I was hoping for it to still be daylight, but well, it is sort of daylight. But the colors are actually really beautiful. Look at that. That's so pretty, man. Okay, so we are on Juliet. It's confirmed right there as well. It can never hurt. I'm missing the port music. So let's turn on some taxi music, shall we? Okay, let's call for some hillbilly music. Maybe we should actually close the flight deck door. It appears to be still open. I thought we were able to see the passengers, but that doesn't seem to work this time. That's interesting. Anyway, closing the door. It's a fairly straightforward taxi. So upcoming would be Tango, if that is still called Tango over there. Let's set the flaps to the takeoff position. And let's make a little, wait, am I doing this correctly? Let me first look out the window for a second. Doing all things at once as a single pilot in the simulator can be a little bit much sometimes. Okay, so that works. So let's go TARA for the T-gas. So that's on now as well. And let's get the crew ready for takeoff.
Cabin is secured for departure.
Very good. Right, so we're crossing runway 08 left. I like that wing view, man. Okay, landing lights on. And let's turn on the strobe lights now as well. A little bit far to the left of the yellow line there. But here we are nonetheless. Let's try and keep it rolling. So let's do a quick configuration check. Hopefully we're not missing anything. That looks fine. Everything's quiet. So after takeoff, so we'll first get the engines up to 50%, let them stabilize, and then we'll press this little screw down here. This is the equivalent of pressing the toga button. And it will actually set the maximum thrust of 92.7. Then we'll take off, and then once we reach, I think it's about 1800 feet, we will lower the nose a little bit, aircraft starts accelerating, and we'll then go to climb mode, level change, and we'll change the speed to 250. So that should be it. So engines to 50%.
Check thrust. Airspeed alive. Thrust set. 80 knots.
So we got like 110 passengers on board.
Go.
Okay, rotate.
Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up selected.
Gear up.
Traffic.
Well, let's follow the flight director for a bit. 700 feet. Oh man, that's such a beautiful noise. 1500 feet. Alright, so let's turn on the autopilot. And we select, if I can see it, climb, level change, and let's go to 250 knots. So this time starts running automatically once the wheels get off the ground. So that's 1 minute 43 seconds ago. Let's change the navigational display range a little bit. Okay, so let's have a look. Autopilot is on. We're following lateral navigation. We have IAS because of the level change. So we're going to be cruising to 22,000 feet.
Flaps 0.
So the flaps can come up now. Speed 185. And we're still accelerating to a speed of 250 that we've set right there. That's armed in blue. So that's London this evening from the sky. The sun is setting. Let's have a look outside. I mean, they're beautiful colors, man, for sure. And this is totally deafening, so let's just get back in. Whoops. Yeah, that's the one I need. 2,900, so we're not really climbing very fast. Still at 600 feet per minute. Aircraft is gaining some speed as well. 3 minutes into the flight. We can turn off the runway exit lights. But let's leave on the landing lights for now until we reach 10,000 feet. So this our max speed below 10,000 feet is 250 knots. So let's not go faster than that. And then finally the pitch starts increasing to 1600, 1700 feet per minute. And so basically we just fly a one departure route and then one arrival route, and there's actually not really a waypoint in between or anything. Let's have a look now at the legs page, because there will be a route discontinuity that we'll have to deal with, and that is right there after Chilet Whiskey. So let's have a look at the approach chart. We will be doing an ILS landing on runway 08, the Jersey Airport. There's the JW VOR. That's the initial approach fix. Let's see what are they telling us here, man. Got the arrival chart as well. So we have the LELNA, where we should be at flight level 200. That will take us there we have JW for Jersey, and then we have Shark. So after Shark, it wants to go to JW. Alright. So I think we can hook them up. That should be perfectly fine. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening up here. 7,500 feet, still at 250 knots, so that's good. We're about 3.5 miles away from IMVUR, so we'll take a left turn shortly. Alright, so we're now 6 minutes into the flight. Engines are performing perfectly. No complaints from me, at least. So the colors outside, I really love this. Like they call it golden hour, and yeah, that seems to do justice to that name, you know. Nice warm colors. They're almost edible, like you want to eat them, you know, like sink my teeth into those clouds and just start munching away. Okay, so here is our left turn, 8,900. And yeah, this will not be a very long flight actually. It's fairly close to each other, these two airports. If you zoom out here on the world map. Basically just cross the pond over there with the canal a little bit, and there's the islands already right here. So Shark, Jersey, and we'll touch down. Right, so 9,600 feet. Let's get our speed up to 280. So speed's coming up, and we're almost at 10,000. So let's also just turn off the landing lights and release the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt button. You are free to move back to the room.
I just keep it climbing like this for now. If we look at the legs page, we have LELNA coming up in 86 nautical miles, which is basically the start of our arrival actually. And we should be there flight level 220, but we do have 85 nautical miles to reach that flight level, so we will definitely be making that for sure. So let's zoom out a little now on the navigational display, because we can see maybe the next waypoint that's coming up. So the top of climb is there as well. Oh, something happening with the colors here, look at it. So let's get ready, maybe there will be ice detected. So we're definitely getting through some moisture here and low temperatures. Unfortunately not for too long. We've broken through the clouds. There's a couple of clouds to our right that still want to play, but our play was not for too long. Hey Mike, how are you doing? Are you comfortable, man? Want to get you a little bit closer maybe to, there you go, and a little armrest for you. Let me get into your personal space there for a second. Maybe it is nice to look at from this view. It sounds like they're still playing some weirdo cult music. So let's put a stop to that. There you go. Alright, so what we're looking at now, top of climb coming up in about 40 miles or so. And that is already actually our destination. Zoom out a little bit. Right, 11,000 feet, 218 knots. For now we should be good like this. So if the ILS frequency entered 110.9, let's just double check. See, up there 111.9. When I saw the one, I remembered I put in the other differently. So let's quickly correct that. It should be 110.9. So let's swap these two around. And make that 1109. There you go. 083 on the final approach course. That's there as well. So climbing for 22,000. And let's actually set the local barometric, or set the standard barometric pressure. 2992 because we're above 6,000 feet, which was the transition altitude. I mean, I wouldn't mind being a passenger in one of these planes and sitting next to the window, next to the engines like this at the window. It must be a very impressive sight. When you have the wings on top of the aircraft, which is fairly unique. Usually airliners will have them below the fuselage and not on top of the fuselage. But obviously this is also a standard design, obviously, but it's just not very common anymore, I guess. But it makes for a really nice aircraft, you know. I was looking for liveries, maybe like are there some airlines that are actually still using these aircraft, but there's not a lot of airlines these days that are still using the Avro RJ70 or the RJ85 or the RJ100. They're pretty much out of commission, but there are some airliners that still use them. And for instance, the livery that we're using now, British Airways, they do not actually use this aircraft anymore. Flying into the sun there. Autopilot still on, IS, left navigation, auto thrust climb norm, 280 knots, and we're good, 14,700 feet, 14 minutes into the flight. And we have now both our top of climb and our top of descent, so basically the bit between these two parts here is actually our cruising, which is very short. But as I said, you know, it's overall it's about 1 hour and 5 minutes of block time, and I believe that includes taxiing on both sides as well, you know. So the actual flight time will be like, I believe, like 40 plus minutes or something. Now I'm wondering actually what the weather will be at our destination. Will it be maybe a little bit warmer than in the United Kingdom? So we can have a look here. All speed, and then we check the summary, no, meter. So Jersey is 1015, temperature 8 degrees. Okay, so it's still cold, 8 degrees. 10010 knots of wind. Visibility 10 kilometers, few clouds at 3200 feet. 8 degrees, dew point -0, and QNH was 015. Definitely looks to be some turbulence going on. The nose of the aircraft going from the left to the right, as you can see. Unless the whole world around us is doing this, then we are actually not moving. So a little note to self. After touchdown, like a moment before touchdown, our dear friend Mike here to the right of us, he will remind us to deploy the air brake, which are the two bar doors that deploy from the rear of the aircraft. And then once we touch down, we should actually press the key brake twice in order for us to get the full capacity out. Because that's something that if you have to do it with your mouth, it's impossible. Because you have to go like here. Once you are on final approach, you click the button for the speed brake, or the air brake, what's called in this aircraft. It will stop here at this out point. But you want the lift spoiler as well. So you just press it one more time and it will go back to its current position, and then you press it one more time and then it will go to the lift spoiler. I don't know if that's the official way to do it. I haven't really looked it up yet, but for me that's sort of, I don't know, this is the first time I'm going to try it like this, and it should work. One of the previous flights that was on the stream, on the channel as well, I basically looked at that like immediately after touchdown. I was still rolling, and I checked, okay, so what's happening when I do this? So that's my conclusion, so that's what I'll do. Alright, so top of climb appears to be coming up there, but we're actually not at we're not at 22,000 feet at all. So that's interesting. This looks like it's not based on our actual speed and altitude, unless I'm reading it wrong. Let's see what it looks like when we're zooming in. 40 miles. Well, it looks like we actually really flew past it. So anyway, top of descent at LELNA is coming up. So let's aim for 20,000 feet. If we check the arrival chart, we're now on our way to LELNA. Would you come up, please? Thank you. We're now on our way to LELNA, and we should be at precisely 200, so not below, not above. And then basically there comes a huge drop, and we'll drop down. Let's see. I believe the glide slope starts at 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. So I'm guessing we just, right, so we're at 19,000 feet. Let's have a look here. 172. Shark, we should be 6,400, JW 3,500, and then 2,000, the final fix. Oh, 20,000 feet. I'm not sure officially what we're supposed to be doing with the engines. I am going to put it on MCT, max continuous thrust, and just see what that does for us. And so far I've done that and it appears to be working, so I'm good, but I don't know if I'm hurting the aircraft or anything. And let's keep 280 knots for speed. I guess it's fine. You know, it's energy you're putting in that you'll have to take out anyway. So 20 minutes into the flight and we're almost ready for descent already. So an altitude hold. You can see that here as well, altitude. Still following lateral navigation, AP is on and auto thrust is on IAS. And our speed is holding steady right there. Nothing too crazy going on. So 12 knots come out or so, and the top of descent is coming up. And then we should descend to flight level 172. So we can go ahead and put it in the box. We're still cruising anyway, so 172. We basically pre-dial it. There you go. 172 is in the box. Top of descent coming up. Let's just descend now. So let's do vertical speed for the descent, and let's select 1700, 1800. Let's do 1800, and let's put the speed back to 250. See if we don't overspeed the aircraft in this nose down position. So we have started our descent. Let's have a look at the approach speed. You go to inner test page, that will now show the approach reference page. We have the ILS for runway 08, 110.9. The course will be 083, that's in there as well. There was the VRF speed 123 knots plus a wind correction of 5 extra knots there, which gives us 128 knots. So that will be our final approach speed, 128 knots. Go back to the legs page. So can we keep monitoring here? So up next will be ALD. And we're already at 18,000, so we'll definitely reach that in time for sure. And then after that we go to Shark, 6,400. Cheers. So I'll quickly go get a refill of my iced tea lemon. So 17,000 coming up. Yeah, we should be there at ALD. That's 8 more miles. So I'll quickly get the refill and I'll be back and I will have a look at the further descent. So I'm loving these colors, man. Just, I cannot get enough of that. I'm very easily entertained when it comes to certain things. ALD coming up 3.4 miles. Let's dial in the next altitude constraint, and that is flight level 64. $6,400. Let's descend now, vertical speed. Let's go a little more aggressive. Let's go 2200. And let's go speed 235 knots. So descending, let's get the seatbelt signs on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on fasten seatbelt signs. Please attend to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
There's the constellation of Orion. That one right there is Betelgeuse. .266 knots. 14,000. Let's increase the view on the navigational display. It is getting fairly cluttered. So yeah, it's not my favorite navigational display, but I'm definitely happy that the aircraft is equipped with one nonetheless. All in all, very straightforward approach. Just descend, go to Shark, turn left and land. So it's pretty cool. I will zoom in one more step though. And let's sync the heading bug. 12,000 feet, so we're still like with 272 knots, and we should be at 250 below 10,000. So let's get some speed brakes out, and let's look at them outside. These are the speed brakes. These big barn doors on the back. But they're quite successful. We're now at below 250, 10,000 feet. Let's turn on the landing lights. And let's see what happens if we release the speed brake. .10,000 feet. And that Shark, we should be speed 240 and then 64. So let's well 235. Let's leave it at that for now. It's an interesting time of day to be flying, especially when you're at sea like this, like we are now. You have a beautiful sunset going on there. So 30 minutes into the flight. $7,600. The shark, I think, from looking at it, means 20 nautical miles range from the airfield. I'm wondering, after Shark it wants to go to JW and then to Final 608. Isn't JW further than Final 608? By that time, hopefully we can have a localizer signal. 6,200. We're 5 nautical miles from Shark. So I'm gonna go for 2,000 feet now. I'm disregarding the VOR there, so 2,200 feet. And the vertical speed. Let's go 1,600 feet per minute, see if that's going to work out for us. And our next speed 240, well 170 at Final 608. Actually put it on 2,000 and not 2,200 like I did. So 2,000, vertical speed is on, AP is on, left navigation, vertical speed is on, and auto thrust, okay. So we're good right there. He comes to left turn. So this is Shark now to, well, to JW it looks like. You can see the glide slope is around there, barely visible, but it should be coming up. I'm thinking this is our glide slope, so it looks like we're above the glide slope, which would make sense. I do see a runway right there, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Let's go direct to... Oh, that's interesting. Is that really our airport? And it looks like something might not be totally right here. Extending the air brake. This is not the approach that I had in mind, I must say. It looks like we're way too high, man. Look at this.
Speed.
This is never going to work. I don't know what's wrong, actually, why it looks like we're already here. Don't know what I missed. So let's do a, let's see. Heading mode. Alt hold is on as well. So let's go 220 knots. And let's vector ourselves around and just do it again. We're going heading hold and alt hold. And let's take a right turn, I would think, let's see. This is quite interesting, not sure actually what happened there. I must say I have a little bit trouble with all the clutter here. It's very hard to see, but you know, I've had successful landings as well, so maybe something was weird there. And it could actually be the JW that was in there, because I will show you what I mean. Final 608, and then comes JW. But it says first JW, then final 608, but and then to the airport, so that's a bit messed up. Don't know what went wrong there, but I will look back at the video and see what I changed when I deleted that flight plan discontinuity, because maybe I did something, hooked up the two wrong things there. Air brake still out. Let's reflect that immediately. So speed 220, holding 2,000 feet, and let's see 083. So we're now just vectoring around, basically, see where the airport is from the outside. So now the passengers might be thinking there's a problem with the aircraft, but there might actually just be a problem with the pilot, you know. So I think we're pretty much in the airport there. Already passed it a little bit. There's the final 608. Let's keep on going to at least to the shark line there, and then we'll take a right turn. So our final approach speed should be 128 knots. So let's maybe decelerate. Let's go 200 knots for now. So we do have a DME signal from the ILS, that's good. Let's keep on going for a little longer here, and then we'll take a right turn, basically sort of towards Shark, and we'll have to get ourselves manually intercepted by the localizer. And then we'll do the whole thing again. And then hopefully this time we'll actually touch down. So after touchdown, actually before touchdown, when we're on final approach and we're on the glide slope. I'm so sorry. That caught up on me. Caught me by surprise there. So we'll disengage the autopilot, disengage the auto thrust as well. Then when we're on, so we hand fly the ILS further, and then like 30 to 10 feet above the runway, Mike will remind us to deploy the speed brake or the air brake. That will automatically deploy to the alt position. We will then touch down, and then after touchdown, or we will idle the engines and then touch down, and then after touchdown we'll press the basically the air brake key twice, so it will go back, and then immediately the second press will go to lift spoiler right there, and that should help us lose our speed. So 2,000 feet, Sharks to our right, so let's go ahead and take a right turn now. Let's reduce speed to 170. And if we can have a little more zoom on the navigational display, that would be very nice. So we have sort of a runway extension here, extended the center line if you will, out of Shark. So we need to get the aircraft within 30 degrees of the runway, so of 083. So if we go to 060 for instance, that should be enough. We're at 12 nautical miles, so we should be able to turn, so let's just do that. Let's go heading 060. Flap to 18.
Localizer captured.
Localizer is captured, so that's good. We are actually a little bit low, but
Speed checked. Gear down.
that should be fine for now. I'm going to wait with the gear advice there, which hopefully is what it is, just advice. We're now 11 nautical miles, so we do not really have to deploy the gear just yet. So let's reduce to 160 knots. So that's the runway, so at least we're in a much better position than we were initially. We were way too high. So I'm watching those numbers here on the speed. Once they turn yellow, it's becoming a problem. And then I will simply extend the flaps one more step. Okay, so the range 9 miles. We are captured by the localizer. Glide slope is blue, is yellow, so it's still arms, but you can see we're below the glide slope, so that's okay. 8 miles. Let's drop the gear, just a little bit early, but that's going to be fine.
Speed checked. Flaps 24.
Alright, flaps 24. Man, this is such an awesome little aircraft. Radio altitude 1950. Let's set the local QNH. It was 1015. It might have changed.
Glide slope alive.
Glide slope alive too. That's good stuff. The 1015 looks like that's still. Let's quickly see if we can refresh it like this. 1015. We're good. Okay, so glide slope alive. So it's picking up, but it is not on the glide slope yet. 6 miles. So let's further decelerate. Let's go to the final approach speed, 128 knots.
Glide slope captured.
Alright, so captured by the glide slope. Wing
Speed
view.
checked. Flaps 33.
Flaps 233. Glide slope captured, localizer captured, AP on, and speed is reaching the final approach speed. Let's get the cabin crew ready as well. Turn on the runway exit lights as well. And if we can turn off the TCAS system, that would be very nice. Because that can be a little bit of annoyance when on final approach.
Cabin is secured.
Let's sync the heading puck as well. One 10 knots, wind. So we're 1,000 feet.
1,000.
Category 3 auto land, so we could have an auto land with this aircraft if you wanted to. So let's turn off the autopilot and hand fly the rest of the approach. Auto thrust off.
$500. Glide slope.
Air
100.
brakes out.
50.
Air brakes out.
40. Glide slope.
I forgot to put my finger on the air brakes button, so I immediately
30.
disorient.
20.
Okay. Well,
Ground angle.
main gear touchdown.
Spoilers yellow and green.
Speed brake out. Lower the nose. Let's nose gear touchdown. And let's do some toe
Brake
braking
pressure checked.
just in any case. So let's have a look outside. So it looks like the lift spoilers have gone up indeed. Also curious to see the brake temperature after this. But that should be it. So let's retract the speed brakes and the flaps can go up as well. And we enter the runway here to our right. Welcome to Jersey, everybody. I did not look at the airport layout, so I have no clue where we're going. But this looks to be okay. And I would guess that the main area is a little bit further on, so let's just stay on this taxiway. Once we're going straight, we will turn off the landing lights. We do not need them anymore. So the landing lights can go to taxi lights. So that's a little music that comes with the aircraft when you purchase it. So it's quite funny. And you can also import your own music into there as well, or at least your own sound files. You know, if you want to start talking about black holes or you know, quantum physics, you can also, I guess, put in a WAV file with you talking about that stuff. You know. I hope I was right, and that we're actually going to the main area. If we're wrong, we'll have to, you know, we cannot really turn around anyway. Obviously, this is something you do, you know, during cruise, so you know where to exit, left or right. Let's just stop here for a second. Let's quickly have a look at the chart here on the airport where we are now. So it looks like we landed at the correct airport. That's always good as well. So we're coming up on the north apron right here. So we just follow on Echo. Well, this is Alpha 3 and then Alpha 4. That's what it is. Okay. Well, let's keep on going. So it looks like it worked well actually there. So to the only thing I have to remember is that while I'm hand flying, and then quickly have to look at my keyboard to find the air brake key, and then look back at the out of the cockpit in front of me, out of the window in front of me, that I lose too much time, even in those short, like half kind of seconds or whatever. I definitely lose way too much time, and it's sort of disorienting. So that's something I would also need to put in my, basically my personal checklist, if you will. You know, like this would help me do what I want to do. So I guess we can take a left right here actually. So let's just do that. I thought this was occupied as well. Generally, you would actually turn off your landing lights, or sorry, your taxi lights. But you know, since we're doing this all on our own, let's not get things too crazy. Alright, parking brake is set. No, it is not. Now it is set. Stupid signs can go on off, and the taxi lights as well. And disengage the engine. Oh, they're not on. They were not on idle. Alright, that's our engines. So I'm curious to see GSX. I hardly ever use it really right now, but let's have a look. Request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
So we have a little Caribbean music going on there in the background now. Which reminds me that we should use this aircraft and fly to or from Hawaii. And then obviously we're going to be selecting this music, right? So that's the baggage handlers coming up. So the doors have been opened, but there is no truck just yet. But yeah, that's it, man.
Passengers bus is coming.
Oh, passengers bus coming too. This is all too easy. Let's turn on the entry lights. Let's turn the beacon and the strobe off. Let's leave the nav on. But I think we saw earlier that we will not be seeing passengers. I don't know why that is. Maybe I have to change something. Oh, I think I locked the door there, didn't I? How do we open? Where's the click spot? Can we go through it? Yes, we can. But there's nothing to see. Okay, so forget about that. So anyway, here we are. Passenger bus is coming. It's a beautiful evening. lots of stars. Anyway, that's it, man. Thank you very much for checking. If you like it, you know, just don't be a stranger and say hi, or leave a like, subscribe, all that miserable crap. And yeah, let's get some party going. Thank you very much for checking, and I will see you all at the next video. Bye bye.